Yo, what's up, family? Before we start the video, please leave a like, subscribe, and share to any and everyone that you can. Just swing it out there a little bit more. With that being said, let's get right into the video. The Boston Celtics put up an historic display of basketball yesterday against the Golden State Warriors, beating them by 52 points in a 140-88 win in the Garden. Even though 140 is an absurd amount of points, I think the defense really set the tone for the rest of the game. So let's get into the film. Alright, so if you're new here, welcome. If you're not, make sure you take your shoes off before you come in the house. And something that just really irked me was the way that Draymond tried to play a mind game with Jaylen Brown from the standpoint of nobody's ever guarded him like that. So let's just see how he reacts to it. It kind of worked for a second, but after that one timeout, Jaylen just went absolutely crazy and he was like, okay, you're not going to guard me. I'm a second team all NBA guy. You're not just going to leave me open and it be effective. But we're here to talk about the Celtics defense. So let's get into that. So off the first bucket of the game, watch what Jaylen does. He hits the shot and he's not in the frame now, but look where he is now. The pickup points created pressure, and on the ball, off the ball, the Celtics did not allow the Warriors to get comfortable at all. Usually the Warriors' first possession of the game, they're walking the ball up and they can comfortably set up their offense like right around here. But Jaylen Brown is poking the ball away and he's not picking up at half court. This is in front of half court. He's poking the ball away before half court and he's not letting Curry get comfortable. The Celtics made everything hard on the Warriors, and Curry takes a long three, which he can hit, but you want him taking those shots. Individual defense and knowing your personnel played a huge part in this game too. So the Warriors kick it ahead. You know, the best way to combat somebody picking up early is just to kick it ahead, right? So they do that here, and here with the knowing your personnel part, you know that Draymond Green isn't the greatest shooter. So if I'm Tatum guarding him, right, Kuminga, who's been playing great of late, right, he's driving. You step over and you kill this side, which means that now in whatever Kuminga does, he can only go to this side. Now, it's rare that a guy goes through both JT and Jaylen Brown in this situation. So he's most likely not going to go this way towards Tatum or even try to rip through them, right? He can only go to this side. So that eliminates an entire side for an offensive player to work with, right? So, and Jaylen plays phenomenal defense. He tries to reach, then he stays solid off the back downs. The Warriors, they end up scoring, but it's still good defense by the Celtics. So here the Warriors are trying to enter into Trey Jackson-Davis. Al Horford is denying this pass, just making the catch tougher than it should be, right? And also catch points. This makes the catch point a lot further than it is. Quiñones here is trying to just get the switch or just trying to get Chris Paul to come out. And Hauser, again, he switches, but he steps out really hard on Chris Paul to switch. And watch this catch point. Now he's at half court, right? So now here we're on the screen navigation, right? You see Jaylen Brown is zone Curry. Watch how he doesn't want to get screened. He did not allow himself to get screened at all. So now what that does, it takes the greatest shooter of all time out of whatever action they were just about to run. So now that relegates them to what? A Lester Quiñones drive on Derek White. We're going to live with that 24/7. All right, here we go with the next clip. And again, screen navigation. Watch Jrue Holiday. Not one. Actually, this is crazy. Look how he gets skinny, bro. He's wide, gets on Clay, gets skinny, reaching. Clay has to pass the ball off to Trey Jackson-Davis, and we switch this, and Chris Paul isn't the guy he used to be, but Luke Kennard did a solid job on these. And again, pickup point. As soon as they pan the camera to the wide view, the first thing you see is Peyton Pritchard picking up 94 feet, right? And this is a guy who is a good defender. He's just small, so sometimes teams can pick on him, but he's a really feisty guy. He really gets into the opposing team's guards. And Kuminga slips the screen here, but Payton shows great hands and he gets the steal. All right, so in this one, there's a couple things. There's reaction time, the non-verbal communication on the switches, and they just play on such a string. So here, they set up double drag screens for Chris Paul. Luke, understanding his personnel, he knows that Kuminga is probably going to slip or roll to this area, so he's not going to really like hug him in this one. So then Jrue, like Tatum kind of like pushes Trace into Jrue and he switches really quickly, right? So that Chris Paul picked up his dribble. Now you see here at the top of the screen, Quiñones is going to try to set a screen for Klay Thompson. Hauser points. Pritchard jumps out. No, easy. And they swing it to Kuminga and it just forces a three. And this clip is really telling. Everybody talks about this roster and how like this is probably the best team the Celtics have had in a long time. And it is roster-wise. But to win a championship, it requires buy-in, and that's not from just the players on the court. That's from everybody in the organization, right? So just seeing how locked in this team was. Look at everybody communicating. You see Tatum over here, Hauser communicating. You see Tony Dobbins and Joe Mazzulla. Everybody's talking. Everybody's locked in. Everybody's on the string. And it just causes the Warriors to do absolutely nothing in this possession. And Tatum blocks the Chris Paul mid-range. And also, like I said before, a big part of this is individual defense. It helps when you have one of the best two-way players in a game. It helps when you have the best two-way starting five in the game. And Tatum, Brown, they really accepted the challenge. Drew just being his normal self, White being his normal self. And then you have guys like Peyton Pritchard and Sam Hauser who are not known as defenders, but when they come in, they know this system so well, they know the guys so well that they're locked in. And then you have a guy like Xavier Tillman who just got here, but he's such an animal on the defensive side. He can guard 1 through 5 that it just makes the fit easy, right? And Tatum here shuts down Kuminga. He reaches, plucks the ball loose, and Kuminga just has to force up a really tough shot on Tatum. All right, so here we go again. Peyton Pritchard, pickup points, 94 feet. Quiñones is literally falling and running to get over half court. Take eyes with that for a second. Here we go with Moses Moody with a pin down, instant switch. Let's go back. Quiñones is trying to hand it off, and instant switch. Here we go. And this, the first time I watched Xavier Tillman, right? When I was going through his film, when the Celtics got him, I seen this a lot. Boom. He's jumping out on guys on switches. If you don't do this, you can still be a great defender. That's not what I'm saying. I'm just saying that the confidence he showed on film as a bigger guy who's supposed to be like slower, like he shows and he exudes confidence in his switches, and he's coming to put hands on you. He's not sagging off, trying to wait for you to move. He wants to put hands on you first, and he's playing Chris Paul above the three-point line. Like he jumps out on Chris Paul and is ready to switch, right? So they try to set one for Moses Moody here, but they're going to get it to Quiñones on the other side. And then this is just, you're not doing this for Drew Holiday, but this is what the Celtics forced the Warriors into all night. All right, so here we go with another play, and actually a good slip by Kuminga. Celtics were a little late on this one. Holiday comes off the corner. Him and Tillman converge on Kuminga. Kuminga has the corner open, but he doesn't pass it. So Pritchard comes out on Moody, that turns a drive, and there was a lot of plays like this for the Warriors where the Celtics forced them to pick up their dribble, and they're just like in the middle of the ocean trying to find somebody to save them, and they're trying to pass the ball. So then here, got a pick and roll, and again, Tillman jumping out on guys, and he's switching on Chris Paul. He's staying. Even with the crossover, puts a hand up, him and Hauser converge, and he steps out of bounds. All right, here we go again with Jaylen Brown sort of at half court with Steph Curry trying to pressure him. They switch it off the Kuminga slip. Drew Holiday jumps to the pass to try to deflect it. They get it to Looney. Kuminga was open, really, but Kuminga and Curry cut through. Then you have a handoff with Quiñones. Again, Tillman coming out. Nope. Spin move. Nope, you're not going anywhere, buddy. Pass it out, and then Kuminga, I don't know why Jalen's jumping at Kuminga pump face. Kuminga is driving left. He sees Tatum. He's not going that way. Pritchard knows this and knows he has to spin back or come back to the right side at some capacity. So he comes here, he gambles, almost gets the ball, they score, but again, really tough defense, and they have to take really tough shots. And again, watch the crypto kid work. As soon as it pans back to the wide view, who was it? Hounding Moses Moody. He can't even get the pass to Looney, and it forces a turnover. All right, so here we go again. The pickup points, creating pressure. Jaylen Brown on Steph Curry before he even crosses half court. He's bumping him. Peyton tries to set a screen. Jaylen Brown's not going for it. He's stuck on his hip. Now Curry is in no man's land, right? So he tries to oh, I didn't even peep that. All right, look. So Peyton is wide open, right? There's 3 guys around Curry, fine. Peyton cuts, but Tatum stunts at Peyton. As you see Curry here, he sees Peyton, but then he sees Tatum, so he's like, nah. And then he just in no man's land here. They're hounding him. Jaylen Brown's trying to get the ball. He passes out to Draymond, stolen by Tatum. Again, individual defense also played a huge part in this. Tatum is one of the best two-way players in this game. There's no argument in that. And he plays great defense here and forces a tough shot. Look at the pressure. Oh my God, dog, he's in the hell. Bro, he's in hell. All right, look at this. So turns him once, not allowing himself to be screened. Bump, contact, like physical. He's being physical. This could have been called a foul, but I would have been totally fine if they would have called this foul. They're at half court. They're not initiating offense right here at the top of the key or here where they're comfortable at, right? He's at half court struggling to get past. And Payne's trying to set a screen. Brown's not having it. Curry loses the ball. Backcourt violation. All right, here we go again. Let's see what happens on this play. Got Paul coming up. Screen's coming somewhere from Dario. Sets a weak screen. White is just stuck at the hip, so that didn't work. They're going to try to get it to Dar. Okay, so the screen's here for Curry. Set a flare. Nope, slips it. Good job by White. Instant jump out on Curry. And Dario. Oh, hey, look at Curry. Look at Curry. He's at half court. He's at the Celtics logo. Watch his body language. He's like, man. Bro, he's sick of this, bruh. He's tired of this. And then again, individual defense by Jason Tatum. One of the best two-way guys in this league. He can guard 1 through 5. He's not going to guard a B, so I'll say 1 through 4. On some occasions, if the 5 is like a Dario who's like undersized, but they're versatile, Tatum can guard those guys, right? He has the strength to do that, the size. And just a broken possession. Curry can't hit the shot, but again, the possession was broken. Payne just lost the ball and ended up in Curry's hands, but he still missed the shot. All right, so the fans are doing a wave because they're so bored, but you know I got to show my boy Tillman off, man. Look at this defense by Tillman. If you seen my last video, you know I really like him, and you know the defensive animal he is. Keon's just trying to put all these moves in on him, and again, look at what he does. Like I said before, there was a lot of possessions where the Celtics forced the Warriors to pick up their dribble, and they were just in the middle of the ocean trying to find somebody to save them and pass the ball to. They get it to Gary Payton. Tillman switches out on that. He misses, grabs the rebound, the kick had pass in transition, 2-on-1, and Speed gets up for the oop. And for the last clip, again, we got to show my boy X. Look at what he's doing to Lester Quinones, man. I would just want to send a thank you letter to the Memphis Grizzlies. Quinones is just in jail. Like, Tillman, bro, this is when I know somebody's a great defender, right? When they use this little arm bar here, right? He tries to push off. That's an offensive foul, actually, but it doesn't look like anything because Tillman's so strong. He puts his arm on him, forces Quinones to kind of like jerk back a little bit, and he's just on him, and he just tries to shoot some dumb shit up. But that is the end of the video. If you enjoyed it, please, again, leave a like, subscribe, and share to any and everyone that you can. Just ring out there a little bit more. But I will see you guys in the next video. This is Nick. Peace.